Good evening, it's Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics. Breaking news update. Breaking news update. That's right, folks. Another city employee arrested. A third city employee arrested for sex with a minor. A third city employee. Find out who. Right here on Basic Politics. Good evening, folks. I'm Freddie Vasquez. A third employee arrested here in the city of Yonkers for sex with a minor. Who was arrested, and why is this one going to be a lot bigger? Folks, I had to come on real quick with this breaking news update. First, I want to thank the sources. Thank you. I appreciate people who reach out to me and contact me, and you will always have your anonymity. Is that how you say it? I will always keep it anonymous. I will never give you up. Never. Not even if I'm threatened with lawsuits. Again, and I wanted to come on, a third employee here in the city of Yonkers arrested for sex with a minor. But this story is crazy. I think it is. The individual was caught having sex with a 16-year-old prostitute in a staircase for 4 minutes. Didn't take him very long. Lost his job, was fired immediately, trying to keep it on the wraps. However, this man is not just another city employee. He is the husband of Deputy Parks Commissioner, woman by the name of Lisa. I have to get her last name. I just came right on. Lisa is the Deputy Commissioner over there, helping Steve Sansone out. Hey, Steve. Well, I know it's not you, Steve. He didn't have any parts of it. But his Deputy Commissioner's husband paid a 16-year-old prostitute to have sex in some staircase. He also worked for the city, and now he's lost his job. What's the right thing? This is unbelievable. What's going on with city employees and underage? I mean, this is why I've mentioned this guy, Rue Rose, right? He's technically like a city employee. They pay him for what he does. Elected officials pay him. When Tasha Diaz sits next to him knowingly, right? She knows that he's a pedophile. He's convicted. She knows. It's been said enough times. Not the only one. That's why he was so angry at me that day. That's why he came at me in the way he did. This is our Steve Sansone, Parks Commissioner. Steve, this was before you were the commissioner, right? Because I don't know what it is about people when they get a certain job within the city, like they change Cinderella style. Cinderella style, Steve. Here you look more like the Parks Commissioner. In person, you look like some high-class, elite, architect type. But that's Steve Sansone. So listen, Lisa from the Parks Department, I'm sorry to hear that, unfortunately, you can't control what your husband does. I get it, right? But like they throw my wife into things, right? I gotta mention you, okay? And you work for the city. So my wife does too, but she's not doing any of this. It's lies, I tell you. But these are truths. These are truths. So Craig, city employee, and his wife Lisa are probably going through some hell tonight. And once someone calls him up and says, hey, guess what was on Facebook in this podcast called Basement Politics? Guy by the name of Freddie Vasquez is telling everyone, because I don't like pedophiles. That is very disgusting. And that is why I out Ruros. That is why I cannot associate with him. That is why I cannot partner up with him. I don't care how many times people tell me that. It would be a good partnership. You guys would reach a lot of people. He's a pedophile. And it's done. That's where it ended there. Okay? Just like the city fired this guy, I fire Ruros. I'm done with you. Okay? And stay off the cell phone while you're driving. And stop signs mean stop, not roll through them while you're on a cell phone, almost hitting a guy going straight, right? Because if he would have hit me, it would have been my fault, even though he would have hit me, right? So anyway, folks, I wanted to come on and just tell you that. And so Lisa from the Parks Department, the Glen Park needs to be fixed. The Pacoy organization would like a facility where they can keep the kids all year round, so they're not just only seeing them, during the summertime, and then they lose touch. I would love to see a facility, and maybe I'll focus on covering that once you guys build it and fix the field and I see the games, instead of covering your husband's trial and keeping everyone up to date on what's going on with his case involving a 16-year-old prostitution. Way to take advantage of a vulnerable child in a very desperate situation. Grown man, shame on you. And so you can say whatever you want about Freddie Vasquez, and I'm not perfect, but I'd be damned if you ever gonna have something like that associated with me. And so you would have to make it up, because it's disgusting. I can't believe that. What's going on in the city? How are we vetting these employees? How? What's the hiring process like? Because this is 3. I don't even think it's been 2 months yet, a full 2 months, that 3 employees, a fireman, a teacher, and now I don't know what this guy does. I was on the phone long, so I don't know. But a lot of people are really tired of what's going on here in the city of Yonkers, people who work for the city, and they're so happy that Basement Politics exists. And for some reason, more people have become aware, I should say, of the show. So now I'm getting calls from different people, right? And so I encourage people to continue to reach out to me if there's anything that you feel should be discussed. That's a concern, especially when it comes to children. Especially when it comes to children. We must out these individuals, because if we don't know about him, because they keep it on the wraps, someone else is going to fall victim. These guys don't stop. I'm sure that probably wasn't the first time. That's just the first time he's got caught. So Craig, what did you just miss, Carolyn? Craig, a city employee, the husband of Deputy Commissioner of the Parks Department, Lisa, was seen on video going into a staircase with a 16-year-old prostitute and then coming back out in 4 minutes. 2-minute brother. By who they know what they are qualified to do, and by who they know they are. Yeah, it's who they know, right? Exactly. Well, that's my point, right? So obviously, this has got to stop for that reason. It's, listen, I sometimes say, yeah, listen, man, you got to hook up a friend. I know I'll be wanting to hook up my friend, but I'm not going to hook up people who are potentially going to do this while on the job. Yeah, he was on the job. This is crazy. On the job. Having sex with 16-year-old minors, paying them. There was money exchanged. Yeah, this was real prostitution thing, man. Who they know, what is how they are getting their, right, it's who they know. It's all about their family and friends. That's right. And that's why we have to stop this, because we are putting our children at risk. Because, a fireman, and I'm not saying all firemen, shout out to the firemen, we love you guys, but the one person that got caught, right, D'Onofrio or whatever, that's a fireman. People have faith in them to keep them safe, right? And that's their trust. And what about teachers, right? Children have faith that they can trust teachers. And this is what they're doing to them because they're getting jobs through a family and friends network. This guy's a family and friends network. This guy, Craig, the fireman was a family and friends network guy for sure. The guy that killed the 16-year-old kid, family and friends network. I mean, it's bad. At least can you not kill and sexually rape young minors if you're going to be hooked up? I'm saying. You're really making it hot, guys, for the rest of the family and friends here. Like, you're messing it up for everybody. So family and friend guys and girls who work for the city, start to out the pedophiles and the crazy ones who drive drunk while on the job so you won't guys get, be on the limelight because now you're all hot. So Lisa, like I said, I want the Glen Park fixed and other parks here in the city. And maybe you guys can start like a league for the kids in the summer. I mean, don't just depend on one or two, okay? Because I want to cover Little League Baseball. I want to cover kid activities, sports and stuff. I want to see kids grow up to be successful adults. And that's what I want to cover on my show. But if I don't have that, Lisa, then I have to cover things like this. And so maybe I'll be at the trial sitting there giving everyone up-to-date details of this case. Or I could be at the Glen covering Pacoy. I don't know. I'm just saying. 2-minute brother is crazy. Yeah, thank God he was 2 minute because I mean, if he was in there for a half hour with that girl, she probably wanted that to end as quick as possible because we don't know what situation she is that she has to do this to raise money. This is sad. And how do we know if she don't have a pimp? Maybe he went to her pimp, right? And this girl's getting pimped out. We got to find this. The cops, not me. I don't know. We don't got to do this. But we got to put pressure on the police. And I'm sure they're doing a great job trying to figure out what's going on here with a 16-year-old that's prostituting herself. And then we got a city employee taking advantage of it. He and his wife probably making $200,000+ a year of taxpayer money. And this is what they're doing. Unbelievable. This is why I do basement politics for you knuckleheads in Australia. Why are you commenting on my page if you live in Australia? This is about Yonkers. So don't come at me with the negativity. This is why I do it. This is the problem. And I appreciate those that are coming out. It's a lot of people. I mean, it's crazy, right? It's crazy. And I encourage more people to please reach out to me, politicswithfred@gmail.com or politicwithfred@gmail.com. Give me the information. This is how we create change. This is what really stops this, right? When you shed light on it, it's like with, like vampires, you know what I mean? When the bloodsuckers, these bloodsuckers, when you shine the light on them, the sunlight, they go, that's when they die. So we got to shine the sunlight on these bloodsuckers. You understand me? You get the analogy? We got to, fry them with the sunlight, okay? And the cross and some garlic, you know what I mean? And holy water. Amen. Because this is unbelievable. Unbelievable. What is his last name? Well, what's Lisa's last name from the Parks Department? The deputy commissioner. That's his last name. I'm going to look it up real quick. Listen. Thank you to my sources. Oh my goodness. I truly feel like I'm like in a movie, man. I feel like I'm in a movie here. Like this is, this is a movie, the way I'm getting the information from sources and stuff. And, the secrecy, meeting people in dark alleys, exchanging briefcases, and I'm just kidding. That never happened. I'm just kidding. But I mean, it's crazy. It's really crazy. I mean, the voice distorted, effects and stuff. It's on the phone. I get scared a little bit. What's this? Oh, okay. You giving me information. All right, cool. So what's going on? Tell me what happened. Who did what? I can't believe it. So, I have to come on and tell you this because this is a state of emergency or city of emergency thing. This guy's a pedophile. So everyone needs to know who's out there doing what. I don't care if they work for the city. I don't care who they are. I don't care who their wife is, right? Because they don't care who mine is, right? They want to put my wife and associate her with this. Well, guess what? I'm going to out the real ones. How about that? The real pedophiles. we're going to out them. Anybody get the last name? Maybe you guys can look it up. I don't know. This is confirmed or just said by someone who's seen and throw it. No. This is confirmed, baby. This is confirmed. This is confirmed. Pepsi? It's like the drink? No, it's confirmed. Confirmed. Listen, I get information from people that work for the city, okay? Bottom line. Inside information. And I'm going to just say that. And the reason why I say that is because I want you guys to understand that this is some people that got grudges. They love to blame the caterers. Caterers. Caterers would actually rather have peace. Believe it or not, they would love to just have peace. They don't want to go to war. They didn't want to have to go through all this. And they definitely don't want to be beefing with anyone. So they're not going to do anything to incite, any further problems with anyone, right? They're not. So they're not pumping me. They've never been, not one single day. I never consulted with them to do basic politics. And so I want it to be clear because I want people to understand that this is very real. Like people from the city that are tired of this. Like with Seda, when I went to go see her job, I got like 4 different individuals who reached out to me that had never reached out to me ever before and haven't since to tell me where she was because a lot of people don't like her. And they know it's not fair that she's a supervisor, never passed a supervisor test, making $130,000. And that is why now they moved her over to Shade Tree, which is the department of the DPW that cuts the trees. And they put her at a booth over there at a window because she ain't no supervisor. She's never passed a supervisor test. Failed it twice, in fact. But yes, she's still making $130,000. That hasn't changed. But they got to get out of there. It was hot. I mean, I went there when the mayor and Tom Meyer, the commissioner of DPW was there to say that. They had to do something, right? And why is she even working there at all? But thank you to my, City Hall insiders for the information. That's how I get the good information. Trust me. They're not going to come out and say, why anyone challenge me? Any one of them challenge me? Think about that. Anyone challenge me? I've got threatened, with lawsuits 3 times, but that was early on, and those were bogus. One person threatened me because I put their picture up from Instagram. Well, you don't own it anymore when you put it on Instagram. Just letting you know. So you can't sue me. Instagram could if they want to, but I doubt they're going to really go and do that. They don't care. Shouldn't put it on Instagram then, girl. Keep it up there, right? But you wanted to show off. You wanted to show everybody that, look at me. I'm hanging out with these people. Look, that's cool. And what does that mean? What do you do exactly? They need people to do their work, right? So that's what you do. But that doesn't mean that, right? But now that's your fault. And now you got out of it. So hey, politics first. That's the email. Send me the information. The COI and its elected officials don't give a damn about the kids. They haven't for a long time. Yeah, I can definitely tell. I agree with that. I mean, it's sad that this is how we have to do it, but we got to do it how we got to do it. Okay, Lisa? So if you want to neglect the parks where the kids play, and then you want to go in and say, oh, look at the kids getting in trouble. It's the parents. Yeah, but what the parents going to do? They ain't got nothing for them, right? What are they going to do? So it's up to you, Lisa. You can't just blame the parents. It's up to you, elected officials. You can't just blame someone. You guys got to be the people that fix the problem then. Okay, well, obviously this is what it is. So let's find something for the kids. There's plenty of money. There's plenty of money. Come on. There's plenty of money. The stuff about there's no money is nonsense, folks. It's nonsense, folks. Nonsense. And you don't really need that much money to get things going. I mean, we're not talking about building a real stadium here. We're just talking about putting the freaking lines down for the bases, right? Picking up the trash, having a decent lot for the parents to come and park so they could come watch their kids play. Fixing the gates, the benches, things like that. I mean, you're hiring all your friends and family. Tell them to get the freaking work. Go fix those damn benches and paint them brown. And keep it, and make it look nice. And then if you ain't got nothing else to do, go out there and help coach those kids. Because when I was out there, poor coach for I forgot what color team. One of the teams, there was only one. The other guy couldn't make it because he has something affair. So he's trying to do everything by himself, But you need a few coaches. You need a couple coaches out on the base coaches. You need, you know what I mean? So he was doing it all alone. So I wanted to jump in and help, but I didn't want to intrude. You know how I am. But, so we need these things for the kids. But there's plenty of money. Plenty of money. You guys look so good in how you dress, especially when you become elected officials, right, Tasha? Look at Tasha. Look at even Steve. Steve looks a million times better than at the picture I just showed him. I mean, literally. No? Like I say, one picture is before the record deal, the other one's after the record deal, right? You get a job with the city, it's like a record deal. Here you go, boom, we give you an advance, go spruce up. It appears the administration needs to concentrate on their staff and not punishing senior citizens. I will pass this information out to the 300 plus seniors. That's right. Let them know that apparently our city does a poor job of filtering out pedophiles from, its hiring process. And I don't think they care, because I have made it very clear, as well as others before. I'm not the first, but I have made it very clear about who the man behind the Yonkers Voice is, yet he's still allowed to go near kids. He was in the building for the book bag drive. And they watch my show because, in fact, actually somebody mentioned to me yesterday that Lakeisha was watching. Hey, shout out to you, City Council President. Thank you for watching. I appreciate that. So they watch, they know, trust me. I get text messages. I used to get more before, but now some of them just don't even want to have nothing to do with me, right? Like really the city council people, you know what I mean? Actually, John still says hello. That's me and him talk. Steve always says hi to me. Steve, Lisa, her husband. Shh, that crazy Steve? Ain't that crazy, Steve? Ain't that crazy, Steve? Steve, what's up with the Glen Park, man? You gonna fix that up for me? Well, not for me, for the kids. You know what I'm saying? Steve, Lisa, I'm telling you, I'm not playing. I'm going to be up on that case. She's working there because who she knows. Absolutely. And now we're going to expose that fact. Jack, and now your husband got caught with his butt crack sticking out. That's unbelievable. A 16-year-old. But, put that aside. What is this 16-year-old girl doing prostituting herself here in the city of Yonkers? What's going on there? Like, that's serious. I've never even heard that when I was growing up, and it was bad. It was rough. I mean, they were prostitutes, but they weren't, 16? Unbelievable. Lisa McKay Harris. Damn. Sounds like a black woman. Is she black? And I'm not because I'm saying that black. I'm just saying, I hate it to be a sister. I hate it to be anybody. I'm just saying, but damn. We have so few in those positions. Damn. They used to open the school gyms up for the kids in the winter. I remember I used to go to School 25 over there on Warburn. I used to live on Warburn over there. And we would go there and we would have night ball. You know what I'm saying? And there was never any problems. And there was no one really overseeing it. It was like one person that opened it. But we never had a fight, not one time. Right? Because check out how kids are, right? I remember one time when I was going to museum school, it was called Riverside. There was a substitute teacher named Mr. Dept. And I don't know if any of you remember Mr. Dept that might have went there around that time. But if you do, then I'm from there, right? Mr. Dept had a hearing aid. So I felt bad for him. I always had this kind heart, even though I was crazy. But Mr. Dept, was easily, manipulated, right? So he comes into the class and he asks us stuff, is this the so-and-so class? We lied and told him no. So he left. And we had no teacher for the entire period. But guess what? We were the best behaved ever that entire year, that one day when we had no teacher. Why? Because we didn't want to get caught without a teacher and then we have to do work. So we just kept it chill. So, you got to give the kids some responsibilities. You got to make them feel like, here, you have this, we'll put it in your hands. Take pride in it. Otherwise, you're going to lose it. But we got to give them that opportunity, right? Right? We got to give kids things, man. That's my point. They changed the park to park at the Glen. They charge to park at the Glen. The Glen. Yes, and they do, which is ridiculous, right? Come on. Really? People want to go. And so you know what happens? Parents park up where the dirt is. So what are you doing really? And how much money you're really going to make? Come on. This is what I mean. This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. You're charging for what? For what? You didn't give them nothing, right? So take the damn, gates out so the parents don't have to go in the dirt and all that, and fix up the park, and let's do some great event around it. See, because you guys have to come out and support it, people. You can't just do like a quick ribbon cutting when you do something at the park and then that's it. You guys never talk about it again. You got to come back out there and have some events. Say, hey, we're here. Yeah, we're doing this basketball thing, or hey, we're doing this baseball event back out here. Remember when we fixed it up? Now it's not. You got to keep it going. Consistency, right? Like that's what I've learned with basement politics. That's why I come on and I try to be consistent, because I know that's important. Consistency. That's how you change the minds. That's how you make change. You can't just say it one time and then, oh, I said it, right? No, you got to actually do it and actually keep doing it, right? So we want to see those parks fixed up, Lisa Harris. You know what I mean? We absolutely most definitely do. There isn't anything in Yonkers for the kids. You're right, Denise. There's nothing. And that's why I started out doing this about my business, right? Because they were messing with my business. And then as, it progressed, people started talking to me about other things. And I said, you know what? We need to talk about this stuff. There's no activities for kids, right? Nothing. And that's why I do what I do, even at my child care center, education center, for free, right? Because here's a mother, right? One example, because we have the universal pre-K, they only get 2.5 hours. That's it. So from 8:30 to 11, that's it. That's all that's free. Mother cannot pick up her kid until 12. Ask Freddie if he's charging her. Nope, I'm not. I think I heard somebody say that. Nope, I'm not charging her. Why? Oh, because it's a business. I understand that. But it's not costing me anything, right? I still have to have the staff there at that time because there are other kids that stay and they pay, right? But this woman cannot afford it. And then what we do is we work to see if we can get us paid through subsidies, but we're not gonna, be a stickler for an hour. Sometimes she comes 45 minutes, but it helps this woman out. Right? So that's how we gotta do it, man. That's how we gotta do it. Awesome. Thank you. And I'm doing the little prodigies thing, but that's crazy. And so we need more for the kids. But unfortunately, you have to have a passion for that. Right? And they don't have our elected officials do not have a passion for the kids. They have a passion, for the most part, for making money. They have a passion for having a title, right? They have a passion for feeling like there's somebody important, but they don't have a passion for the kids, for the educational system, for our community. They don't. I do because I grew up there and I know what it's like, right? I don't need nothing. I don't need a title. Feel important, right? I've owned a business. I had employees, so I've been there, done that. I know what that's like. Okay, cool. Big wop whoop wop. Right? Sometimes I just want to be an employee. I wish I wasn't, but I've done things. I've done amazing things. So boom, I don't need to. Right? This is about really truly making an impact in our community, and that they haven't been doing it, not in a positive way, and they've only been doing it to enrich themselves. And it doesn't matter what color they are because they've all done it. All done it. And it doesn't matter what gender they are because they're all done it. Whether they're male, female, or binary, they've done it. Right? So we should never focus on that as to a reason why we elect anyone. Black, oh, let's elect them. Puerto Rican, oh, let's elect them. White, oh, let's elect them. Right? Oh, they're from the LGBTQ community. Let's make them the first gay city council president. Okay, that's cool, but what if he freaking screws us all up, or she screws us all up, right? Just because she's from that community doesn't mean she's gonna, or he's gonna, right? So we have to really think about who we are electing into office, because if we elect the wrong people, it has an impact, a domino effect, right? From trickles on down. So now they start to appoint people into positions that shouldn't be there. And then these people don't do their jobs. They're busy having sex with minors in staircases, right? And they're worried about their titles and attending galas rather than fixing our parks, fixing our schools. Right? They'd rather get money from developers than make sure that we have affordable housing here for people. And this West Hab thing, come on. They get money from the government, subsidies, yet they can't fix these apartments. It's horrible the way they have them. Horrible, horrible, horrible. I'm a landlord. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that, right? And the houses that I own, they don't come with some reason in this state. I don't know why renters, provide their own stoves and refrigerators. So, but I'll buy it, right? I'll say I'll provide it, so they don't have to, go through the renter center, which is what they do there, and it saves them hundreds of dollars a month because I'll just charge a little bit extra, and then I'll recoup my money eventually. But it's not hurting me, but it's saving them a lot, right? So these are just these little things that you can be in business and still have a conscience and still do the right by people, right? And you're gonna get screwed sometimes because I just evicted a person for the second, from this one property from the second time, right? And I hate to have to do that, but I gotta collect my money too. You know what I mean? But you know, so and they don't care. They just completely don't care. It's about them and about making money, and that's what bothers me. That's greed is what bothers me because you just want to take. And so until you guys start doing for the kids and the people of this community and slow down these luxury developments, because what it's doing is pushing people out, small business owners, residents who can't afford the rents. You got to slow that down. We got to start thinking more about affordable housing and not just for seniors. I know seniors need it too, but it seems like they're building like all these senior things, housing, right? On Warburn. They built, this will be 3 already now. They did one on School Street. Right. So we have to think about, I'm not saying not don't stop the senior ones, but also build them for everybody because there's a large need, right? And it's not just necessarily seniors. Actually, the need for non-senior is probably greater. So we have to make sure we're covering as because luxury rentals, I don't think I don't think Yonkers has been missing that. I don't think we've been like, we're in need of luxury rentals here in Yonkers. I mean, they just cannot get an expensive 500 square foot apartment here for nothing. People just got the money, but they can't get it. Years ago, there was a camp counselor at Welty Park doing things with the kids. Now there's nothing but tax hikes. Where's the money going? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. There's money, right? I remember when I was growing up, I would go to Sunset Park. They had the park programs. The guys would come in there with, with the games, and they'd play with us. Then the lunch truck would come, right? This truck would come, pull up. They bring out the lunches and the little styrofoam things. You get an apple, a banana with a sandwich. Remember that? I don't know if you guys, watermelon, right? Then they give you milk. I hated that. I hate milk, right? Right. And then never mayonnaise, always mustard. Why is that? But I remember that. Anyone remember that? They used to bring the pool. Remember that pool they fill up there at the parks with the big, like the trailer? It was like a dump truck thing, right? It was cold, but it was fun. And even though I grew up poor, I still have those memories that I think are awesome, right? But nowadays, it's just, like that, nothing, nothing. These kids are just on social media. That's it. The phone in their face all day long. That's it. They don't go outside or nothing. And when they're outside, they're just on social media outside. You know what I mean? Like it's bad. And that TikTok, parents, TikTok is no good. My daughter is prohibited from TikTok. Actually, she's prohibited from any other social media stuff, right? That stuff is dangerous for your kids. Stay away from the TikTok. Exactly. They're stealing the money. You got to do the math on West High projects to take total cost and divide by the number of units. Most projects cost per unit is $600,000 per unit. So the people can't pay rent. Buy them a house but that's too much. That's overpriced. 600,000 per unit. That's I don't want to say that. That's way overpriced. That shouldn't be more. Oh, okay, maybe 200, but it should be like 200 range, 200 area per unit, maybe, right? And they're not that big, right? They're like these box apartments. So that's crazy if they're doing 600,000 per unit. They are robbing the money. That is true. They're definitely making the cost per unit. Obviously, absolutely. I do construction, right? I'm not no big time developer, right? But I'm in construction, and that is outrageous. That is outrageous. I mean, I had a client a few years back. He had a big building in the Bronx, and he told me that the cost per unit was $180,000. So $600,000, that's crazy. Absolutely. The luxury rental projects don't cost as much per unit. Well, they, you know why? Because they get the subsidies for the other ones, right? So when it's like in my business, right? So I get people that understand that we're dealing with the insurance company, right? It's an insurance claim, and so the insurance company is going to pay for everything that needs to get done. So I'll get an electrician, and he knows that, or a plumber that knows that, and they'll try to up their price, right? Because it's the insurance company that's paying. So this is the same thing. Is this the government is paying, so they're going to up the cost to make that extra money, but they're stealing from us, the taxpayers, right? And that's what politics is all about: stealing taxpayer money. That's pretty much what it's about, right? Enriching yourself off taxpayer money, basically. So, that's what people do. And the worst are the friends. I got clients that have friends who are contractors. Oh, my friend's going to do it. And they charge them crazy, ridiculous money because in their mind it's the insurance company paying, not my friend. So I'm not really doing it to my friend. Yeah, you really are, because they're not going to just pay whatever, right? And you're going to hold things up like that. So, think about that in case you're ever in that situation. Exactly. Phone in the face, no TikTok. Yeah, that's a lot of our kids. So, we have to, but then what are they going to do, right? If they put the phone down, what are they going to do? Where are they going to go and do what? Because I've seen a lot of these parks, right? I know, I'm happy that they're fixing the parks, and I know that they're going around touting how great they're doing, Steve, with these parks and everything, but they've been like that forever. So it's about time. At some point, you can't get no credit. It's like, you're supposed to do that. Okay, do it. That's it. Just get it done. We don't need the hoopla. Don't cut no ribbon. Don't bring the news. Just do it and let the kids play. Right? It's like, and I'm not trying to diss nobody, but it's like, did anybody see the memorial field at Mount Vernon that finally got fit? How long has that field been a wreck, right? And so then they had all these officials out there. And, of course, the mayor, she's the mayor of Mount Vernon, of course. But then you get all these other elected officials that want to go up and talk as if they, like, what did you do? This is an opportunity for you. The news cameras are going to be there, right? And so you go up, and each one go up. And I just want to say, the great people of Mount Vernon, and they do that here in Yonkers. I say the, great people did my district and this, that, and we brought this here. And did you really do anything? Who really did something? You know what I mean? And so that's what they do. And so if you're buying that every time they go up, when you see those, those little press conference things, don't believe the hype. Okay, they're just going up there to utilize that opportunity with the cameras to speak to you and make themselves look good. That's all they're doing. They didn't do any of that. 99% of the times they didn't do any of that. So we have to think about how we vote, right? We have to think about who we're voting for, because look at what's happening. It trickles down. And it's not just politics, but we get individuals within the city that work for the city that do things like this. Sexual, misconduct with children, pedophilia. This is the third city employee in maybe 2 months. 2 months. So there's been 4 city employees arrested, right? Pedophilia, 3. And another one killed a boy while driving drunk. Right? And this guy was on the job while he did this with this young girl. And it's a 16-year-old prostituting herself. Money was exchanged. Right? So there's too many of these husband and wife teams working in the city. I'll never work for the city. Right? Now people elect me because they want me to be, and I gotta do what I gotta do. Right? But I'm not. No, but I'm not gonna be at DPW. You're not gonna find me, working for the school district. I'm not gonna be a police officer. I'm not gonna be a fireman, right? I'm not gonna be somebody's aide up in City Hall. I'm not. I'm gonna be doing what I do, right? And I'm running my businesses, and that's it. And show my wife, got a job with the city, but that's all merit and credentials, because trust me, they didn't like me, and she's amazing. Just ask everybody who's worked with her. Ask them. She's getting calls from people from old school. I'm sorry, I know. She's like, she does miss the old school, but she's happy about this new opportunity at Roosevelt, and so she's looking to do amazing things. She just had the first cheerleader meeting. She's gonna set up a cheerleading squad already. She took over the student activities, my wife, right? And she's already working on the senior trip that wasn't able to take place. You know what I'm saying? Because of some busing issues and funding. But I've reached out to some people, and I think we're going to definitely make the senior trip happen this year. So we are here in the community for the kids to really make it happen. So I appreciate everyone who's supporting Basement Politics, because together, because I need you guys, together, we're going to be a powerful force that's going to create the change that we have been seeking for a long time. And now many of us probably think it's never going to happen, but we're going to make it happen. It's going to take a little time, but next year is important. And that's why you have to come out and vote next year for the city races. It's very, very important. We're going to make it happen. And shout out to all the girls that showed up, because she got a lot of girls because they want to have cheerleading. It's only right. It's high school. They're supposed to be cheerleading squads. I can't wait for the bands. That's coming too. So shout out to my wife. You know, of course, I'm giving her credit, my wife, but you know, it's amazing of you. And I look forward to seeing the girls, you know, one day out in the field doing their cheers. I'm Freddie Vasquez. Thank you for joining me tonight. I appreciate it. Shout out to everyone who supports. Shout out to the sources. I appreciate you. Again, you will always be protected by me. I will never, ever give you up, ever betray your trust, unless you try to screw me over, because I think that happened one time. But honestly, if you keep it honest with me, I will keep it honest with you. And it's important that we make light of these things, because that is how we change them, right? We can't turn a blind eye anymore. You have a source, you have an outlet now where you can get your message communicated. Let those in the city, the people in the city of Yonkers know, and together, the people will make a change. I'm Freddie Vasquez, folks. Have a beautiful and blessed night. Just want to come on and share that incredible, you know, unbelievable, I should say, really, information that I just got tonight. City employee by the name of Craig Harris, I believe. His wife is Lisa Harris, Deputy Commissioner of the Yonkers Parks Department. Craig Harris, while on the job, was busted for having sex with a 16-year-old prostitute. Money was exchanged, took her to her staircase, was there for 4 minutes, did what he needed to do in that time, came out, busted. 4 employees already, 3 who have been arrested for sex with underage individuals. I'm Freddie Vasquez. Pray for people. Pray for Yonkers. We're going to get better, though. And not because luxury developments are coming, but because we're going to make change within City Hall. To help people who want to run for office, you should keep a running list of these issues. So when someone asks the candidates what they want to do, they can give many real reasons. Stop pay to play. Stop developer giveaways. End take-home cards. Provide after-school programs. Absolutely. These are the things that, you know, a person that really wants to create change here in the city of Yonkers is going to have to look at, especially the take-home cards. And I say that not because it's an issue with city council. Oh, I'll take their cards because I don't like them. No, because it's just an expense that's not needed. It's an unnecessary expense, especially when you're constantly saying that we're broke, right? Well, then why are you not looking for every area where you can cut costs? And that is one, because it's not important. It's not essential. You guys can drive or stay home. Do all your meetings Zoom. I don't care. As long as you're giving up the cars and we're saving that money. In fact, stay home. That way they don't even have to turn the lights on in City Hall. That'll save the utility bill there. All right. I'm Freddie Vasquez. That's a good idea, and that's important. You know, thank you. So again, horrible news. Yeah, oh my God, that is horrific. A city employee caught having sex with a 16-year-old prostitute. I'm getting that information tonight from sources. Husband of a city deputy parks commissioner. The husband of the deputy parks commissioner. And like I said, these parks need to be fixed. They need more things for the kids. So that way Basement Politics can go cover that. Otherwise, nothing to cover with the kids. We'll have to cover the court trial and everything, see what's going on. And we'll give the up-to-date, minute-by-minute details of what's going on with that. Please get the Glen fixed. I'm Freddie Vasquez. Have a beautiful night. That is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And that's why I put it out there. You know, that's why I mentioned that guy from the Yonkers Voice. It's not a thing, but that's what you did. Then people need to know. And you should not be around kids in schools and stuff like that. I don't care. I don't trust people who done that. I don't. I mean, I've just, know that people who do that, they don't stop. That's just one common thing. They do not stop. It's truly like a disease or sickness. I'm sorry that you have that sickness or disease. Maybe there's a vaccine for you. They should take the COVID jab. How about that? All pedophiles, since they say it's a disease, hit them with the COVID jab. Let's see what happens. I'm Freddy Vasquez. Yes, they do. They renovated Serato and they put a small playground. Yeah, I saw that. I know there was like $150,000 that was given to Tasha Diaz to do that. I mean, how is it? Is it nice? I mean, because you know, from a distance, you don't see too much of it. They did change it, but I don't know if it was like it was okay before. It didn't really change. Like, oh my God, you know. But you know what they do need to put in the parks? All parks should have something blocking the sun because those slides get so hot. I don't understand why they don't do that at all parks, right? I take my kids and they can't go down the slide because it's super hot. So it was not a major change. I know that's what I'm saying. There was some BS change, and so again, they gave. I hear Tasha Diaz got $150,000, which I don't even think that's really a lot though to do anything, really. But that's the thing. Where's the money? Where is the money? Because Yonkers does have money. It does, absolutely. But where is it going? Right? And so that is probably the number one thing anyone going into office who wants to create real change and improve this city, right, has to look at. Where's the money? Where's it been going? How do we cut costs? And not by firing people that we need, like teachers, not by cutting important programs, by cutting the things we don't need, like a Michael Sabatino that's making $120,000 as the director of constituent services doing absolutely nothing, like a Seda Jarris, who was a supervisor, even though she failed the supervisor test twice and is making $130,000. Well, they removed her from the supervisor position after I spoke about it, but she's still getting the same amount of money. And there are many others who have these titles and jobs that are just a waste, making over $100,000 a year. Right there, we can probably clear up close to a cool $1 million in savings. I'm Freddy Vasquez. Are you ready to do it? I am. Have a blessed and beautiful night, folks. I'm up out of here. Colonial Heights. I know the area well, actually. My hood. Have a great night, folks. Peace out. The new hood, you know, the new hood. Listen, man, I'm trying to get everybody to the other side of the tracks.
Freddy wins.
I am Freddy Vasquez. This is Basement Politics, outing the pedophile, one pedophile at a time. Another one has been fired by the city of Yonkers after he was seen going into a staircase with a 16-year-old prostitute. Money was exchanged. He spent all about 4 minutes doing what he needed to do before exiting the staircase. He is no longer working for the city. Unfortunately, he is part of the Family and Friends Network, as his wife also works for the city, Deputy Commissioner of the Parks Department. Thank you for the sources. I appreciate you. God bless you. Continue to reach out to me. I'm Freddy Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered. 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 Make sure you watch Monday at 8 o'clock. Monday at 8 o'clock. The road conditions are horrible, and I've been speaking about it. I'm 3 tires now. That's my wife. I got a flat the other day. I was so mad. So mad. I thought I was going to have to tow my car. And I have run flats. That's how bad it was. I know. I'm with you. But guess what? We got to first figure out who is responsible for the street. Because it could be in Yonkers, but it could be the county or the state. That's the quagmire. I'm Freddy Vasquez. I'm up out of here. This place is crazy. Crazy. It's going to take someone crazy.
Freddy wins.
I was raised in housing. I don't think you were.
You're watching Basement Politics with my dad, Freddy Vasquez. You're watching Basement Politics with my dad, Freddy Vasquez.
In another one, Mr. Rubo lied to me. And I don't vote for a person that lied to me. Thank you very much.
Freddy wins.
Oh, I love that. Everybody loves that.
Fatality.
Gets messed around a lot with that, I hear. Don't take it personal, oh, Johnny. So, listen, that's how she felt. She felt like you lied to her. And guess what? You guys are screwing them over again over there at the Bernice Breckman Center. They're seniors, John. Don't you know what goes around comes around? Karma is a, you know what? I hear that you're screwing them, you're killing their board. Really? Yo, David Tubiolo, where you at? Dave. Me and you gotta have a talk in person, Dave, because if you don't stop this nonsense over there at the Bernice Spectrum Center, you know what I'm saying, Dave. Come on. Justin, tell your son to get that cracking, man. All right? And where's Petro at? Or Pretlo, whatever his name is. Pretlo. You gotta get up, brother. It's been too low. Where you at? Our seniors need help. David Tubiolo. Remember we were talking at La Grota? Please, help out the seniors. I'm Freddie Vasquez. I'm here for the people.
Freddie wins. Fatality.
I was raised in housing. 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 I don't think you were. I want.
Freddie wins. Fatality.
No!
Dave, please take care of that, brother. Please do something about what happened at the senior center. Carolyn, speak to Dave. He's gonna take care of it. I promise you.